Well, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Pretty good. I just got to tell you, the room's audio and videotaped,
All right.
and that's policy. So is that okay with you?
That's okay with me.
All right. (14 a.m. on 11/11/05). All right. What's your birthday?
My home address
Uh,
or work address?
and let's do the work. Is that
Okay.
301 or? All right. The reason you're down here is because of Jason starting a fire, and I interviewed, and she said that you had a discussion with Jason,
Right.
and Jason told you why he started the fire.
Yeah.
So I just want you to start at the beginning. How'd you find out about it? Just lead me right through
Sure.
the entire thing.
About 5 o'clock in the morning, I was at the rooming house.
All right.
She told me Jason was down there with the police and the fire department because he had started a fire in his apartment and came down to the rooming house and told her about it. She said that he didn't tell her right away that he started the fire, but eventually he admitted that to her.
All right.
And she said she contacted her immediate supervisor, and he recommended that she contact me, Crisis. So I decided, since I didn't know much about his current state of mind, although I had some history with him,
All right.
that I probably need to come down to the site to evaluate him. And I contacted with the ACT team, which is a separate program at CHS, to meet me down there because she was on call for the ACT program. And we came down, I came down to the rooming house. We decided that it'd probably be best to interview him down here because they're going to bring him down here to make a statement anyway. Department, we went upstairs and we interviewed Jason. We asked him why he had started the fire, and he said that he was bothered by the voices that he was hearing and that he wanted to go to jail. I asked him if the voices told him to start the fire, and he said no, they didn't.
Okay.
He said after he started the fire, he left his apartment. I don't remember if he told me that he had locked the door or if it had been the fireman who I talked to earlier, because the fireman had come in and I talked to him briefly downstairs here at the police department. But then he said, Jason said, that he left his apartment, he went outside and waited for the police to arrive. When they didn't arrive, he went down to the room fire.
Okay.
I consulted with Jason, and our general sense of him is that while he is mentally ill and has some psychosis going on, hearing the voices, he seemed capable of being aware of what he was doing. It was not the voices that made him start the fire, so we thought he probably needed to go to jail rather than go to a hospital at this time.
All right.
So that's pretty much it.
Yeah. All right. Well, the only question I was going to have for you was, in your opinion, what do you think? Do you think he was knew what he was doing, and
Oh, I think it knew what he was
Yeah.
doing. I think he was rational enough, aware enough of what he was doing. I mean, he had.
did he? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He pretty clearly stated that he knew that he was doing this, that he seemed aware that it was illegal to do because he was wanting the police to arrest him and put him in jail. I mean, that was his whole point of doing it.
Did he say why he wanted to go to jail so bad?
Well, did say he's bothered by the voices, and he was talking about how he knows that people are saying he's mentally ill. He thinks it's more of a spiritual thing that's going on, that someone is making him hear all these voices, that he doesn't believe he's really mentally ill. I had asked him that point blank, and he said, yeah, that's right, he doesn't believe he's mentally ill. But he is taking his medication. But she said, this is probably as good as he is in terms of his mental state right now.
Oh, really?
So, for whatever that's worth, I mean,
Maybe
in-
just
in-
likes.
in my opinion, he was very aware of what he was doing, and he knew what the consequences. Whether he's capable of appreciating that he could have gotten some people killed by doing that, I think he may have been capable. I don't know that he was actually thinking that through or not.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's still kind of impulsive, and
Right.
he's not the sharpest person in the world. But
He must just like the structure of the being locked up or something. The regiment that you go through or something. I don't know.
or maybe he's
He
thinking
seems
that
that he
would
just
keep him
wants.
safe somehow or other,
Yeah,
but the
that's what I
voices are
mean.
going to be with him there too. So
Yeah.
I think he has a history of starting fires too.
Yeah, he
if I'm
does.
not mistaken. Yeah.
Did he? Was he on any kind of treatment while he was in the Department of Corrections last time, or did they just?
I assume they had him. I don't know for a fact, but I assume they had him on medication while he was in there before.
Yeah.
I mean, he can get pretty bad if he's off his medication. If he's
Okay.
not. The fact that he's still bothered by hallucinations, or the auditory hallucinations, they have voices with him no matter how much medication they're on. But if you remove the medication, then they can become completely psychotic. And with Jason, my understanding of his history is he can get pretty bad when he's off the medication. But no, we were able to carry on a rational conversation with him, and I think he was aware of what he was doing.
Okay.
So,
All right.
in my opinion. Of course, I don't know if that would stand up well in court because I'm not an expert witness.
Right.
Usually you have to have a psychiatrist interview them and testify to that. But
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. I mean, we arrested them for the aggravated arson. Whether they actually charge them with it or not will be, we'll have to wait and see. So.
well, in all honesty, he'd probably be better off going through corrections and maybe going to someplace like Chester.
Yeah.
Or something like that, because if he just went to the hospital, he'd be out in a few weeks, and
Yeah.
we'd hate for him to actually burn down a place and kill some people at some point. But
Yeah.
all
All righty. Appreciate you coming in.
No problem.
All right,
Sorry
thank
it took
you.
a little while to get
Oh,
down
no,
here.
that's all right. We had plenty to do, so.
Okay.